John Polrai. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan, and I got an article here about Don Johnson's daughter, Dakota Johnson, who's slamming cancel culture and sticking up for Johnny Depp, just as this article says she is, which is a great thing. She says some things now that are slightly confusing about cancel culture that I'd like to pitch in my opinion on. However, like I said, she's doing a great thing, and we'll see about that right now. Dakota Johnson is joining the ranks of celebrities speaking out against cancel culture. In a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter, the 32-year-old actress defended some of her male colleagues who have been blacklisted in the profession as alleged abusers. We know Johnny Depp is no abuser. They also mentioned two actors I'm not familiar with, but come to think of it, one of the actors they mentioned, I realized dropped out of the Hollywood scene, and now I see why. It goes on. In her controversial statement, the 50 Shades of Grey star, who has a new movie coming out next month, spoke up for Johnny Depp, Sheila LaBeouf, and Armie Hammer, all of whom have been recently implicated in scandals connected to the Me Too movement, pop culture is reporting. And I like how they say scandals, because that's what these are. This is what is against Johnny. It's some kind of a scandal among other things. It's not a situation. It's not rightful. It's just a scandal. Johnson, who has starred alongside Depp, LaBeouf, and Hammer in Black Mass, The Peanut Butter Falcon, and Wounds, respectively, painted a positive picture of their work ethic. All three male actors have been recently berated on social media following abuse allegations and have suffered professionally as a result. Now, to be clear, Johnny Depp on social media has a ton of support. He's got the fans, the fan base, and most of the general public all on his side. The problem is the people in the corporations and some certain other people in the business aren't on his side. But make no mistake, I don't think Johnny's got it bad on social media. If anything, he's got the support there. She says, "I never experienced that firsthand from any of those people," Johnson said in the interview, which came out on November 3rd. "I had an incredible time working with them." And for context, this article is from the 12th, about 10 days after that original interview. Then she goes on to say something we know, but it's important that she says it, and she says in so many words that the allegations have no foundation, no proof, so in that case, they should not be taken seriously, and these guys definitely should not be punished for things that are unproven. And I quote her here, "I feel sad for the loss of great artists. I feel sad for people needing help and perhaps not getting it in time. I feel sad for anyone who was harmed or hurt," she said. "It's just really sad." And honestly, a little bit of a word salad there. Who was she sad for? The victims? The accusers? The people in the companies? I'm not sure. This is why I took a little issue with what she said as far as context and being clear, but she is clearly coming out in defense of Johnny and these other two actors, so obviously that's awesome. Not complaining. Then she goes on to complain about the movie industry as a whole a little bit, which is related here, of course. Johnson went on to criticize the antiquated way movie studios are run, calling for radical change. The way that studios have been run up until now, and still now, is behind. It is such an antiquated mindset of what movies should be made, who should be in them, how much people should get paid, what equality and diversity should look like, she told The Hollywood Reporter. Again, a little bit of a word salad. She's not clearly saying anything there as far as blame and what's wrong, how it should be fixed. Just a little bit of a general statement. The actress continued, "Sometimes the old school needs to be moved out for the new school to come in." Okay. Weighing into the cancel culture phenomenon, the Hollywood star expressed her antagonism about the concept. "Cancel culture is such a effing downer. I hate that term," she said. I actually really like the term. I hate the thing. I hate what it is. But the term is a perfect way to describe it. So if you think of Johnny Depp, Captain Jack Sparrow being in Disney and pirates is part of American culture. That's what the culture is. Spider-Man, Jack Sparrow, Luke Skywalker, these kind of things. So when you cancel those characters, you cancel the culture. But you cancel the culture based on lies, and that's the wrong part of it. So if you're wondering why it's cancel culture, it's not just a culture of canceling things for bad reasons, it's actually canceling culture because Jack Sparrow is part of American culture. It's lore. It's a fairy tale. It's very American. And when you take Johnny out of that, you destroy it. You cancel the culture. And that's what these people, I think, the woke crowd, don't realize what they're doing. They don't appreciate the culture that came before them. But I digress. That's a whole different rabbit hole. Let's keep going. Then she says this: I do believe that people can change. I want to believe in the power of a human being to change and evolve and get help and help other people, she said. Again, to me, a bit of an idea word salad. I'm not sure who she means should change. The CEOs who are firing people like Johnny need to change. Not the people like Johnny. Obviously, the people making false allegations need to change, but they're not going to change. That's what we're saying, so it's a bit unclear. Then in the middle section here, they talk about what movies she's got coming out. Not much to say on that. If you want to check them out, okay, be my guest. But then she says, I think there's definitely a major overcorrection happening, but I do believe that there's a way for the pendulum to find the middle, she said. And then they go on to mention some things about Depp. They mention some things about LaBeouf, if I'm saying that correct. I think you guys know who I'm talking about. He played Indiana Jones' son, Mud. He was the dude in Transformers who, met them and went on the adventures. So, sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I'm trying. And then Arnie Hammer. I don't exactly know who he is. Apologize. However, I will say this. If he's got false allegations against him with no proof, no evidence, nothing, then I gotta say, I can't think any less of him until I see that kind of evidence or proof against him. And getting back to one thing Johnson said was kind of important, but I'm not sure if she realized what was going on. She said, there's gotta be a way for the pendulum to find the middle, or something like that. Well, the problem is, the cancel culture cuts out the middle. The middle is a fair and just trial. The middle is you get punished if the proof points to that you did something wrong. The middle isn't an allegation and a punishment. The middle isn't selling the soul of a character for one side of the political aisle, like, let's say, Luke Skywalker. The middle is doing what makes sense. What makes sense is fairness. So what she's missing here is that the pendulum is swinging fine. It's just certain people are ignoring the middle. The middle's there. It's waiting to be used desperately, but it's been cut out. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think down below. Doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. Let me say a few things about the channel. Do some shoutouts right now. First off, shout out to Carla Ellis and Lotus Flower. Also, Cindy Bryden, who will be on this slide really soon. Got a GoFundMe going, over $400. Shout out to Bridget, who's been a great donor. If you want to donate, links below. If you don't like GoFundMe, got PayPal. Saving for a new PC. Not the most important thing in the world. However, I'll get a new mic, get a new setup, and we could help get the word out a little better that we think is right. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. I'm doing shout outs, special thanks, things like that. If you're not subscribed, well, I guess I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.